By the age of 23, he had fought in World War II, tangled with General Patton, and won his first Pulitzer Prize. Cartoonist Bill Mauldin created artwork for magazines, books, and newspapers from the 1940s into the 1990s. A new exhibition remembers this American original who had strong connections to Chicago. Producer Mark Vitale has the story.
For any issue facing the United States or the world at large, Bill Mauldin could sketch a strong opinion. For more than 50 years, he satirized the news of the day, and he didn't pull his punches. Now, the Pritzker Military Museum and Library has opened its archives of original artwork by Bill Mauldin.
You start just looking at these cartoons and going through, hundreds, thousands of them, and you really gain not only an appreciation for the original pieces themselves, but certainly for his humor, for the subject matter that he's covering. I mean, he touched on everything. If it was important social, political, economic topic of the 1960s, 70s, 80s, or 90s, he probably touched on it. And he did it in such a, sharp, biting commentary that I think really only cartoonists can do sometimes.
Born in New Mexico, Mauldin studied at the Chicago Academy of Fine Arts. He started his art career while fighting in Europe during World War II. There he created Willie and Joe, two soldiers who came to symbolize the common fighting man.
Once he's in Italy, that's where the characters Willie and Joe emerge as distinct characters, and he'll continue to draw them throughout the remainder of the war and after the war as well. They are really representative of the average experience of the infantryman.
Mauldin's point of view was popular among enlisted men and people on the home front. But the scruffy soldiers he drew were not appreciated by some of the military brass, including General George Patton, who held a private meeting with Mauldin that the artist later depicted.
Patton kind of chewed him out over the cartoons and tried to get questions as far as what are you trying to do with these guys? But Mauldin was able to continue to draw, and throughout the rest of the war and even on the return home, he stuck to what he was trying to represent with these characters.
He won his first Pulitzer Prize for his World War II work. In 1959, Mauldin won a second Pulitzer for this cartoon. And he became an editorial cartoonist for the Chicago Sun-Times from 1962 to 1991. Perhaps his most famous image is a grief-stricken Abraham Lincoln reacting to John F. Kennedy's assassination. The museum and library are on the second floor of the historic Monroe Building on Michigan Avenue. The curator of the exhibition has a connection to the artist because he, too, was an infantryman.
I served in the Marines in Iraq, and the experiences that he represents through Willie and Joe in World War II are many of the same experiences that I went through, that I think infantrymen continue to go through. Complaining about food, complaining about the weather. These are things that don't go away for those in the military. So whether you were a soldier in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Desert Storm, I think his cartoons would speak to you. You look at his artwork now, and there are some of his cartoons that are relevant just as much today as they were when he drew them. We say that there is almost a Mauldin for everything, and if it was something that happened or something that happens today, it seems like we can find a Mauldin that addresses the topic.
For Chicago Tonight, this is Mark Vitale.
Bill Mauldin died in 2003 and is buried in Arlington National Cemetery. The exhibit of his work is called Drawn to Combat, and it just opened at the Pritzker Military Museum and Library. You can see more of the artwork on our website.